Once upon a time, on the edge of a great forest, lived a poor woodcutter with his two children, Hansel and Gretel, and their stepmother. Times were hard, and food was scarce. The children's stepmother convinced their father that they could no longer feed the children. "We will take them deep into the forest tomorrow," she whispered, "and leave them there." Little Hansel overheard this plan. That night, he slipped outside and filled his pockets with small white pebbles that gleamed in the moonlight. The next morning, when their parents led them into the forest, Hansel dropped the pebbles one by one along the path. After walking for many hours, their father built a small fire and told the children to rest while he and their stepmother gathered wood. "We'll come back soon," he promised, but Hansel and Gretel knew they wouldn't return. When darkness fell and their parents hadn't returned, Gretel began to cry. "Don't worry," Hansel comforted her. "When the moon rises, we'll find our way home." Sure enough, when the moon came out, the pebbles Hansel had dropped glittered like a silver path, leading back to their house. They followed the pebbles and arrived home just as dawn was breaking. Their father was overjoyed to see them. He had regretted abandoning his children immediately. But soon the hunger returned, and the stepmother insisted they try again. This time, she locked Hansel in the house the night before, and he couldn't collect any pebbles. When they set out the next morning, Hansel dropped breadcrumbs instead. But when night fell and the children were again abandoned, they discovered birds had eaten all the crumbs. Hansel and Gretel were truly lost in the dark forest. For 3 days, they wandered deeper into the woods, eating only berries and sleeping under trees. Just when they thought they couldn't walk another step, they came upon the most amazing sight: a house made entirely of gingerbread, with windows of sugar and a roof of cake. Hungry and exhausted, the children began to eat pieces of the sweet house. Suddenly, the door opened, and an old woman hobbled out. "Oh, you poor dears," she cooed. "Come inside and rest." The old woman fed them pancakes with syrup and gave them comfortable beds. But she was actually a wicked witch who built her house specially to lure children. In the morning, she locked Hansel in a cage and forced Gretel to do all the housework. Each day, the witch would check Hansel's finger to see if he was fat enough to eat. Clever Hansel showed the witch a chicken bone instead of his finger, so she thought he wasn't getting any fatter. But after weeks of this trick, the impatient witch decided to eat Hansel anyway. "Light the oven," she commanded Gretel. "We'll bake some bread first." But the witch's plan was to push Gretel into the oven after the bread was done. Gretel, sensing the danger, pretended to be confused. "I don't know how to check if it's hot enough," she said. "Foolish girl," scoffed the witch. "Like this." As the witch bent to look into the oven, Gretel gathered all her courage and pushed the wicked witch inside, quickly closing the iron door. Gretel freed Hansel from his cage, and the children discovered chests of pearls and precious jewels in the witch's house. Filling their pockets, they set off to find their way home. After walking for hours, they came to a wide lake. A kind swan helped them across, and on the other side, the forest began to look familiar. Soon, they recognized the path to their house. Their father welcomed them with open arms and tears of joy. Their stepmother had died while they were gone, and their father had been miserable without his children. With the jewels they brought from the witch's house, they never went hungry again. Hansel and Gretel had learned valuable lessons about courage, cleverness, and the importance of looking out for each other. Most importantly, they understood that wealth means nothing without family to share it with. And that's why, my little one, being clever and brave is important. But having someone you love by your side makes any challenge easier to face.